So you want to start an online business, but let's be honest, chances are any idea that you may have has already been done, or if you're trying to dropship winning products from AliExpress, chances are Amazon already has that product private labeled with 2-day shipping. So what does that mean? Is the future of e-commerce looking pretty grim? Is it becoming more and more difficult to start a business online? So the answer to all of those things is yes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Every day that you're not starting your business is a day that another person is starting an online business and taking customers away from you. Now, I'm not trying to sound dramatic here, but today I wanted to discuss how to make money in unsaturated markets. And I have stores here that all generate millions of dollars that sell things in markets that are pretty untapped and unsaturated. So by the end of this video, I'm trying to give you a good idea to tap into markets that other people are not necessarily looking at. And as I said in the beginning, competition in the e-commerce world is rampant, but the good news is there are more people shopping online than ever before, and it's only gonna get better and better. So I truly believe that e-commerce is the #1 opportunity for people wanting to start a business. And because of that, there's also other types of services that you could start a business out of. But maybe let's leave that for another video. Let me know in the description if you want me to talk further on that. But yes, as you have probably guessed it, if you've been a fan of my channel for a long time, we are doing a store review. And the first store here that we're going to be talking about is Lumen. Now, if you don't know what Lumen is, it's a skincare brand. I mean, it kind of sounds like a skincare brand, but what's special about this store is that it's not just any skincare brand. It's actually a men's skincare brand. And now look, I'm a guy, I got a girlfriend, I'm not ashamed to say it. I got a little bit of a skincare routine that she kind of put me on to. But just like I said, a lot of guys actually are really ashamed of those sort of things. An observation that I see is that more and more guys are becoming more feminine. I'm not trying to start any controversial debates here, but I definitely see that being the case. And guys are showing more emotions, showing more insecurities, and all those things are pain points that brands use to market products to you. And more often than not, you'll see brands targeting mainly women with those sorts of things. But now some brands are starting to realize that, oh wait, guys actually do buy a lot of stuff as well, not just girls. We don't live in this misogynistic world anymore. So this is where this brand sort of came in and focused solely on men's skincare. And because of this, you can see they are completely crushing it. I mean, their traffic is extremely steady and only rising. And as you can see, they've been getting 600,000 monthly visitors, which is pretty unbelievable. From these monthly visitors, we can estimate that they at least are generating anywhere from $600,000 a month to $1 million a month. Now, we don't know if they're operating at a profit or not. And let's be honest, most brands nowadays don't operate at a profit and they just scale to the moon and then sell. Now, how do I know that that's the usual ratio of visitors to sales? Well, because I own Shopify stores myself, and I've owned Shopify stores for a very long time. This is what my channel is basically about. And here, for example, is one of my brands. This is the month of August so far. We've done about $11,500 with 8,000 visitors. So yeah, they're killing it. What struck me the most about this brand is their aesthetic. I mean, they're really diving deep into their demographic of predominantly guys. As you can see, they chose some like army green colors, some black colors, and just to make it seem sort of rugged, which is kind of ironic since it's a skincare brand, but I think that was really smart of them. Personally, I think these products look really cool. I mean, I haven't bought anything from them, but I can definitely see how this brand is becoming more and more successful, and I'm sure in the future they will become a household name when it comes to skincare for guys. One of the things that I absolutely love about the site is how clean it is, and I think this is sort of the way to go for any sort of brand. You really don't need all these sorts of gimmicks. In fact, if you have your branding on point, you're gonna get way more customers than otherwise. Like, it looks like a really nice magazine, basically. And I've actually heard that analogy that, you know, your store is sort of like a brochure, and if your brochure is looking all spammy and it's just really hard to follow along, chances are people are just gonna throw it away. And, you know, in the case of a online store, what people do is leave your store. And you don't want people to leave your store. You want people to get to your store and shop and buy a product as soon as possible. As you can see, they're very to the point because that's what guys want. You know, you want to be just told exactly what you're going to get with each product. And that's what they do, which is what I absolutely love about them. Their product photography is pretty unbeatable. I think, you know, it's extremely clean, But to be honest with you, pictures like this would not run you that much money. I mean, I think people overthink that. You literally can go on Fiverr and get some rugged looking pictures like that from like $120. I mean, even over here starting at $10, these product pictures look really great. You know, that might sound like a lot to you guys, but honestly, that's not a lot of money. You know, if you're thinking of starting a business, back in the day, you know, to start a business, you needed like what, $10,000, $20,000. Nowadays, you can just get started with like $1,000 if you play your cards right. And this is what I love about the times we're living in, and why, you know, I love making videos like this to inspire you guys. Aside from the missions that my brand stand for, I think that's sort of my mission, just to inspire people, make people happy, and just share good vibes as much as I can. Now, if we go to the Facebook ads library, which if you don't know is actually a free tool that Facebook provides so that you can actually analyze the ads that certain brands are running on their platform. Facebook is basically the biggest advertising platform right now. There's kind of no denying it. And yeah, and if you just click all ads here, this is where it actually takes you to all of their ads. Now let's do active ads, and as you can see, they started the brand in 2017, so it's been about 3 years, basically two and a half years, which is pretty unreal. I mean, they're doing $1 million a month now, and they only started about 2 years ago, more or less. That's a pretty ridiculous amount of growth, and I think this is sort of the growth that you're going to be able to see if you stick to sort of untapped markets like Lumen has done. Now let's take a look at some of their active ads. Let's see. Still use the bar sober yarn frames ties to switch it up. Babe, what are you doing? So as you can see, they're taking this sort of like girlfriend approach, which is pretty relatable because, as I just said in the beginning, I got a little bit of a skincare routine that my girlfriend put me onto. And they're actually doing like a pretty long form ad here. You know, a minute and 20 seconds. That's pretty insane. That's actually relatively long for this sort of ad. I also see that they're doing a 4:5 ratio ad, which is actually pretty smart because that actually takes up more of the screen. That's a little hack for you guys out there that are running Facebook ads currently. This is actually a really good ad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's really long, but it's really good. I mean, obviously, I doubt many people watch the whole thing, but I'm sure some people would. And those people that do, you can just retarget, make audiences out of. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you check out my Facebook ads video. I have made a full course tutorial on Facebook ads so that you can launch Facebook ads for your brand pretty easily. Otherwise, I do also have an e-commerce course, so check that out in the description. But yeah, as you can see, they're running a ton of different ads, and this is really the name of the game nowadays. If you want to succeed at digital marketing, you need to be testing a lot of different creatives. Now also, I just really love this brand because they're doing something different than everybody else. Everybody who's starting skincare brands, I'm sure, are starting skincare brands and targeting women and preying on their insecurities. This is what's been done for the past 50, 60 years, or even longer than that. But as more and more people start getting into e-commerce, I think it's smart to start looking into alternative markets and start to think a little bit differently. That's sort of the purpose of this video, is to get you to start thinking outside the box, right? And not just be confined to this, to this mentality that, what you see out there in the market is the only thing that's possible. There's a couple other example brands that are completely killing it, that are mainly going towards guys, which is not traditionally done, like this Manscaped brand. I mean, I'm sure you guys know about them. They're running ads on YouTube, Google, Facebook, everywhere you can imagine. And yeah, I mean, this is a pretty crazy brand. They're doing 3.5 million monthly visitors, which is unreal. That's a pretty ridiculous amount of money. I have actually bought this product before. I'm not gonna lie. They got me with one of their ads, and I don't even think it's that great. Like, I honestly think it's oversold. It doesn't work as well as it says it does, in my opinion, but hey, that's just my opinion. And now there's even other brands like balls.co, which are taking that approach and scaling super, super quickly. And the reason why, like I said, in my opinion, is because it's an untapped market. Not a lot of people are thinking of targeting only men and thinking that girls are the ones that mainly buy things, which can be true at times, but it's not necessarily true at all times. Guys are buying more and more things online too. I personally really love this store because of its aesthetic. I think it's really original. It's like, it kind of gives me like 90s vibes. I mean, I wasn't really conscious in the 90s basically, but I can definitely see from movies I've seen and just vintage trends that are coming along, which actually brings me to an interesting point. I definitely see a lot of old trends coming back now. It's like, I think it's the nostalgia and just how we're growing into like this digital era that kind of dehumanizes everyone a little bit. I think people are just like grabbing onto that nostalgia with dear life. And they just don't want to let it go. So that's why these things are sort of coming back. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's sort of the way I'm looking at it. And yeah, I mean, this is all really interesting stuff. Obviously, you can apply this to any sort of business that you're running right now. Try to think outside the box, you know, like don't think that the way things are right now are the way they have to be always. You can innovate and do things a little bit differently and find success beyond what other people have found success with. And hopefully this inspired you to either start your business or maybe give you an idea of a business to start. But as I've mentioned before, that's the goal with my YouTube videos. I mean, I'm trying to inspire, and I would love for somebody to watch one of my videos and, you know, through different chains of events, they end up building a business that completely changes the world. I mean, that's my goals with my brand. And that's my goal with my YouTube channel, just by association. So if you want to be a part of that and you want to be a part of the family, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I post videos every Tuesdays and Fridays. I have not missed a day in like 2 months. So yeah, we're building a lot of momentum and I'm really happy about it. But with all that said, I hope this video helped you in some way, or at least entertained you in some way. And yeah, that's all for me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.